Hey everyone, so nice of y'all to join us on this Memorial Day weekend. We are at the beach.
Go figure.
Go figure. Miss Barbara found our new motto. And what is it, Miss Barbara?
I think I remember.
Yeah.
Something about add water.
Yeah. Life is simple.
Add water.
Just add water. We got Aaron Jameson here. Timmy Ray the King is here. Aaron says it's rainy and wet in Amana, Iowa.
Oh, we got Posh Cat Camping here.
Posh Cats Camping from across the pond.
And Traveling Morton and Sue. They're in Massachusetts, 77. That's actually a nice.
Traveling Merton and Sue commented on one of our recent videos, the fishing video, the catfish, where we're noodling for catfish.
Yeah.
And appreciate y'all watching. Thank y'all for being here. Traveling Merton and Sue. Posh Cats Camping says hello from Wayward in England.
And we've got Jody and BJ here, and they actually went to go see Top Gun Maverick.
Top Gun Maverick.
Everybody says it was awesome. We need to go see it.
I guess so. I just have a hard time fathoming that, after 30 years, Tom Cruise is still a lieutenant or an ensign.
That doesn't surprise me.
But Iceman is an admiral.
Okay. Anyway, we haven't seen the movie, but we plan to.
You remember who Iceman was?
Oh, yeah. Val Kilmer. I remember the volleyball scene.
Well, who didn't?
All the girls.
All the girls like the volleyball scene in Top Gun.
The volleyball scene in the second movie here.
I believe a whole different crew of
eye candy.
Yeah, well, I guess so. I mean, you'd have to, wouldn't you?
I would think so.
Wouldn't you have to? Hello from sunny Massachusetts, 77 here today. Hope you are having a great day. We are in Carabel Beach at the Carabel Beach RV Resort. Which is on the Big Bend of Florida, on the Gulf, and it's about 80 miles back in this direction to Tallahassee, and it's about 65 miles in that direction to Panama City. So that'll give you some indication of where we are near Apalachicola, Florida, and we have been enjoying the beach, enjoying the pool, and we have been partying. We had a great time last night. We did a theme night, and we'll tell you about that in just a little bit. Weirol, pronounced Rewal. Oh, Weirol, and it's across the Mersey River from Liverpool in the Northwest. Yeah, wasn't there a song
for it?
Something about Cross the Mersey?
Yeah, something like that.
Oh, what was that song? Now it's going to bug
Maverick is a captain.
Maverick is a captain. Okay, they made him a captain.
Okay.
With sun and sprinkles here and there.
80 degrees for them.
80 degrees.
That's Colorado Springs.
Yeah.
Ferry
cross the Mersey. Absolutely. Is that the same Mersey? I wonder. Yeah.
Hey, Michael.
Michael Carter is here.
Must be your weekend off.
Yeah. Glad you could join us. We hope you guys are enjoying your Memorial Day weekend. Of course, tomorrow, the actual day of commemoration for Memorial Day, remembrance for those who fell in combat.
Yes.
And Miss Barbara came up with a great idea. Well, not an original idea, but, the two words that simply don't go together is happy and Memorial Day. It's actually three words, but it's hard not to say, hey, I hope you're having a happy Memorial Day. Well, Memorial Day is a time to enjoy your family, enjoy a little time off, long weekend, enjoy the beach. But really, it's a day of remembrance. And it's a remembrance of all those who fell in combat. And Miss Barbara, she got online.
I got online yesterday and I did a search in Henry County, Alabama. So I did a search on Henry County, Alabama veterans who died or killed in action, died in combat.
So, in other words, search on your state and then your local area. And she says there's some great stories, not only a list of those who died in battle, but stories.
Absolutely. I got to find some people from our local area from the Revolutionary War, of course, the Civil War, being down here in the South.
Yeah.
Korean War, Vietnam War.
Korean War, the Forgotten War.
Even, the Gulf Wars and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So we got to, I got to read up on some people that, of course, died in combat, but it just kind of brings it back to what Memorial Day is supposed to be about, because it's not about the veterans who lived past the war. However, it is about those veterans that came back damaged and came back sick. We tend to forget that the effects of war don't necessarily end just because that war ended.
Out and About on Recumbent says we like to say have a thoughtful Memorial Day. That's a way of phrasing it. Like to say hello to Murder Mystery Haunted History, BB3. Mel and Nettie are here.
Mm-hmm.
Thank y'all for being here.
Did you say hello to Ken folks? I know he was
No.
like the first person.
Fordman, a.k.a. The first person was Timmy Ray.
That's
He
right.
was in
Timmy
here
Ray was
a
first.
half hour before we started. And just so you know, I think we're down to about half battery life on this laptop. And I don't have a lot of history as to how long this laptop's going to last. But we'll live stream as long as we can. Over the Hill RV, Jonnie.
Mel and
Nettie. Yes, a great way to say it is have a thoughtful Memorial Day. And again, like Miss Barbara said, go online and search on,
there's
list
different
of
ways to word it, but
yeah.
I had just typed in, I needed a list of veterans from Henry County, Alabama, because there's more than one Henry County, Alabama, who died in action.
Yeah.
And it gave me several. I mean, there was one page that had several of the wars, but it didn't have all of them. So there's some big veteran sites out there you can check. There's local sites. This happened to be a state site that had a list of names. And so that was some pretty interesting reading.
Is Memorial Day, I'm going to show my ignorance here. Is it remembrance of those who fell in combat,
Yes.
killed in action?
Yes.
In other words, your father saw combat.
Mm-hmm.
My father saw combat in Korea.
But they didn't die.
They retired and
right.
And died
That's
later.
Veterans Day is for them. Anyone
Veterans Day. Better got you. Okay,
Memorial Day is for those who were killed in action.
I got killed in action. Yeah. But one of the topics we're going to be discussing is the pain at the pump. And we'd like to hear your ideas on how you think it's going to affect your travels. Now, last weekend, we got a chance to hear from Mel and Nettie Living Free zip code lists about traveling up to Arkansas, back down to Texas, and just how much it cost them. Foreverland RV, good afternoon, Miss Barbara and Mr. Ricky. Well, good afternoon to y'all. That's D and Chief. Oh, by the way, did you hear that the PC police have now said we're not allowed to use the word chief, as in chief designer, chief
engineer,
chief apparently is a derogatory term, although I think chief means you're at the top of your game when you're a chief.
Well, I guess if you're at the bottom of your game, chief might be offensive to you. Just saying.
But I'm just saying the word police now want to. So, Chief, sorry, not gonna be able to call you Chief anymore. Yeah, he's not going for it either. And Miss Barbara, the Chief, ain't going for it either.
I worked hard to be a chief.
Traveling Merton and Sue, I have 2 older brothers who served in Vietnam. They were lucky to come back, but had a lot of invisible scars. I hear you. A horrible, it was never a war.
Well, the Vietnam
conflict.
The Vietnam conflict, the Vietnam War, whatever you want to call
it. Our government never actually declared war. It was always the conflict, and it was our support. But we all know it was a war, obviously, and a lot of people.
Well, I don't know that we can declare war unless we were attacked.
Well,
on our soil.
Well, maybe that was it, but
because we didn't go into World War II until we were attacked.
That's right.
But hey, yeah, Mel's retired chief of engineers from DOD. Yeah, they want to do away with it, and I say
the whole term chief. They just want to get, just like they in electronics, you have a lot of gear or a component that is required to operate another component, and you would say slave and master. Like the slave hard drive, the master hard drive, and the PC police got rid of that a long time ago. You can't say it's the hard drive is a slave drive or a master drive. Now they want to get rid of chief and a whole list of other things they don't want you to use. Right. And just like ball teams, the Braves.
Well, Braves are always going to be the Braves. You were doing away with the Chiefs. I'm thinking of a ball game. Team.
Well, I mean that's no, but the term they're getting rid of. They don't want you to use the term. They obviously.
I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
They want to cancel me for being a chief.
Yeah.
I'm done with them, and they're canceled totally. I'll just cancel the cancel society.
Posh Cats Camping says, thank you, Barbara. You answered my question about the difference between Memorial Day and Veterans Day. She answered my question too. Absolutely.
It's kind of important to me.
And one thing to obviously remember as Traveling Merton and Sue were saying, a lot of people came back from war, not just Vietnam, Korea,
Vietnam was when we really started to realize that people were coming back with those invisible.
Well, we had old guys in our neighborhood growing up, old guys out in the country where we lived, and they obviously had scars of war, and back then they called it shell shock.
Right.
He was shell shocked. They'd come back from World War I, World War II, and their life was really never the same. And ultimately, they died of that ailment, that mental illness, that PTSD. And so kind of remembered them too, because they brought the war home with them. And
you can never undo what you see when you're in war. You can never undo that. That's going to affect you in some form or fashion for the rest of your life.
One thing I remember growing up, Daddy was Air Force. We spent 4 years in England, and mentioning Posh Cats Camping, there's a lot of our soldiers, U.S. soldiers, buried in England. There's a lot of them buried in France, all over Europe. But we used to go to the memorials, the graveyards. My daddy made sure we visited those when we were in England. I couldn't tell you where they were, but I do remember row upon row upon row of pearly white tombstones. Beautiful, beautiful area, just like Arlington. Yeah. But they never actually came home from war. They were buried in England. A lot of them were buried in France and other areas. But again, have a thoughtful Memorial Day. Let's see. We will be at a ceremony at the Veterans Memorial in Memorial Park downtown. Armed Forces Day is for active duty. There you go. Out and about on recumbents in Colorado. Crazy male retired as chief. That's right. Chief engineer, chief of engineers from the DOD. Well, that makes chief petty officer not valid. Just dumb. Then that's the point. Miss Barbara's a chief. She's going to be a chief. Always will be. Yeah, we should cancel PC. Cancel politically correct. I choose to be politically incorrect.
Sometimes too far.
I don't know. Hey, it's who I am. I'm sorry.
Well, anyway, do some research.
Yeah.
For your local area or your hometown or whatever it may be, and find out a little bit about somebody who's passed during the wars, and a little respect for them. It just kind of really makes it more of a Memorial Day, at least for me, to learn about somebody new. And unfortunately, I have it all on my laptop, which is in the RV. We didn't bring it out here because I could have shared more information, but it's just, for me, it was just a time of reflection and just to bring it all back. So
we have numerous war cemeteries all over Europe that are all maintained in a very high standard. They are. I remember it was I was too young to even understand what the term solemn meant, but looking back on it, such a solemn, peaceful place to rest, your eternal rest, having died during World War II. But yeah, it was very nice memorial. Melanetti says, yep, same here, Ricky. Well, I was a chief engineer, so I guess I just would have been the engineer.
You're just the engineer.
The engineer.
No different from all the people that worked under you. Oh, then nobody worked under you.
No, I was chief bottle wash and cook. Oh, I can't even say that anymore.
No.
Chief bottle wash and cook. For those of you who came in a little late, we are at Carabel Beach, at the Carabel Beach RV Resort. And outside of our Corps of Engineer camping experiences and camping on military installations, I've got to say this is now it's more than we usually pay to camp, but not too bad.
No.
But I got to tell you, this is nice.
It is. We've got the beach across the road from us. We've got a swimming pool here. The grounds are very well maintained.
My brother and sister-in-law and all the friends, niece and all the girls are back here partying.
Yep.
They're at the pool. We just came from the pool and to do our live stream. And me and Art, my brother, have already been over to the beach today, and it's bustling over there. There's a lot of folks.
There's a lot of folks. They're all parked up. The parking lot for the beach is full.
Yeah.
And they're parked up and down the road. So
Yep.
Got to be careful as you go around them. But it's nice. It's a beautiful day. It's a little warm. You can feel your skin cooking when you're in the sun.
I'm going to ask Trev, if you can, Trev, because one of the things, love your hats. You can't handle the beach without a big hat. It's tough. It'll burn your ears down there. We got a lot of sun. We've been here a week. We're going to be here through Tuesday, and then we're going to head on down the road. We're going to drive west of here about an hour and a half to Panama City, and we're going to be there for a big music festival, and spend about 9 days. You said
9 days
on the base at the Naval Support Activity. Down at Panama City Beach. So we're headed from here right down to more sun and fun. And then we got to go home and get our house ready to sell. We have got to do it. That's what she says.
That's exactly what I say.
We've got to do it. But anyway, I was going to ask Trev, or Sue, I know we got to convert pounds and shillings and liters and gallons. But can you give us an idea of what the gas prices are like in England? Over here, we're paying about, here in the Southeast, on the average, we're paying about $4.50 a gallon for gas.
A little bit higher now.
It's a little higher now. and five in the 580s, almost $6 in some places for diesel. And of course, we have a diesel RV. So part of what we're doing, yeah, Mel and Eddie say sell, sell, sell. They've heard our story. We got to get rid of that house. But part of what we're doing is on this live stream today is talking about how the price of fuel is causing adjustments in your RVing habits or your RVing plans. I know that we've already talked seriously about we're just going to have to stay longer at locations instead of coming into a campsite and staying 4 or 5 days, even 2 or 3 days. We've got to plan a lot better. And when we get there, stay as long as we're allowed to, and then move on down the road. I know with our 1,000 trails this late summer and winter,
we're hitting Florida hot.
We're hitting Florida to wear out our 1,000 trails welcome.
But it's difficult when you got to plan around family events and things like that. So
family, and I just saw pterodactyls flying over there. Look at them. You see them?
They're all flying. All the birds this weekend, and I know this is just an observation, but all the seagulls and the pelicans have been flying the missing man formation.
They have.
There'll be 4, and there'll be 2, 1, big gap, and then the last.
Yeah, they're flying in missing man formation. Foreverland RV, with all due respect to you, I earned my title with blood, sweat, and tears. Right. The politically incorrect case in point, anybody born in this country is a Native American. Kilo Mike Alpha.
That's right.
Yep. I like that. Kilo Mike Alpha. Raise the Bravo Sierra flag.
Bravo Sierra flag. We've got Land Cloud Adventures.
Land Cloud Adventures. Hi. Good to see y'all.
Catanese is here.
Hey, James. You ever think get travel trailer and a pickup to save in gas? I don't know, James, that we could ever go backwards.
The problem is the RV is our home.
It is. We're wanting to be full time. We're trying our best right now to be full time. We still have several anchors at home, the house, and things we need to take care of. But we really do, and we couldn't have picked the worst time to do it.
What's that?
Gas prices.
Well, we didn't know gas prices.
Well, we didn't. This way. We didn't know that our president was going to lose his ever-loving mind.
If we stay someplace for a week to 10, 14 days.
Yeah.
Takes us a little longer to get from point A to point B or C, D, E, because we got places to go. But
Posh Cats Camping says basically they pay for diesel £1.80 for that's in Great Britain pounds per liter. So that's about $6.84 US in per US gallon. Hey, I appreciate you working out the math for us, because if you just told me, £1.80 for a liter, that wouldn't have meant anything to me. But about $6.84, you're basically paying what they're paying right now for diesel in California, almost $7 a gallon.
Oh, that's about right. I mean, I remember when we lived in Japan. Of course, you bought it by the liter, but the gas prices were so high in Japan, and we're talking mid to late 70s, early 80s, the gas prices seemed to be really high. But it's the same type of thing. They were probably California prices, and I wasn't ready for it.
Yeah.
But so we're not going to the West Coast, is what we're going to say for now.
Hello, Stephen. Good to see you here, man. We appreciate it. Wow, $7 a gallon is so high. If you're in California, you not only are the gas prices high, but maintenance on your vehicles are higher. You have to have yearly inspections, which you have to pay for, and if it's going to happen, it's going to happen in California first. and hopefully not everything that happens in California trickles down to the other 49. But
48. Alaska and Hawaii are going to have their prices, which are going to be high because they got to bring
good
them in.
gosh, yeah. Now Alaska, good grief. I don't know what it is in Hawaii, but take California and add 25% probably for Alaska. You just add 25% to anything you buy in Alaska. Hamburger, whatever it is, 25% more. Meat prices.
Well, the prices have gone up everywhere. We just got to make sure that we continue to be smart about where we're going, how long we stay. And I think a lot of us are doing that. It may mean more parks are open to us because less people may travel.
That's one way of looking at it.
I mean, really, the only ones that are going to be doing a lot of serious travels are those that live full time or are independently wealthy.
James Catanese was telling me last weekend, and I've also seen the news stories that there's already talk of shortages up in the New England states, fuel shortages. They were warning some of the truck drivers to
come in with a full tank.
Make sure you come in with a full tank if you're, operating up in the New England area.
I see that being a problem. They're talking about rolling energy power outages.
Oh my gosh.
That's going to be an
You
issue.
talk about ticking folks off. That
it's going to happen in California. It's going to happen in Texas. You know it.
And the answer to all this is literally under our feet. Our own fuel, pumping our own fuel, opening up the pipeline, getting a little from Canada, get the pumps going in Alaska, and we could actually be a net exporter of fuel.
We could be, but
we already make a little money off clean natural gas, liquefied natural gas overseas. We sell that, but I ain't got a lot of vehicles out there to drive around on liquefied natural gas. There are some. I think the Postal Service for several years has had LP gas for their vehicles. That's true. The answer is under our feet and not in the White House.
Well, we don't have the infrastructure ready for us to go pure.
Elon Musk is a pretty smart guy, but and he said, "Look, we can go, electric vehicles, but if we all had an electric vehicle right now, we'd crash the system.
You'd crash the system.
Everybody
There's
be
not
sitting
enough
beside the road.
infrastructure, and that's worldwide. That's not just here.
Yeah,
it's worldwide. There's not enough infrastructure.
Well, there's not enough of the charging stations, and there simply is not enough fuel. I mean, that fuel has to come from somewhere, whether it's nuclear, hydro, coal-burning plants. We've got to make the electricity, and apparently the AOCs of this world think that it just comes out of the wall socket. Where does electricity come? You just go to electric vehicles. Where does electricity come from? It comes out of the wall socket.
I thought that was art whistling.
It is art. You see him back there waving? That's Brother Art. Hey, Art.
What's up, guys?
You enjoying the pool?
Heck yes, nice. Y'all finish the show, come join us.
We will.
All right, man.
John Chalker is here. Hi, John. Good to see you here, man. From Waterbury, Connecticut, up there where the diesel fuel is getting slim. Permission to come aboard. Permission granted, John. Good to see you here this afternoon. And Stephen Sheets says, I know you guys are in Florida, but what city or what part of Florida? We are in near Apalachicola, Florida, a little beach town called Carabel. And this is the Carabel Beach RV Resort. And I got to tell you, it's nice. You wouldn't happen to know how many slots they have out here, would you?
No.
Sites? They got 2 sides. I would estimate there's
Probably about
100.
100.
There's 100 sites
Well,
here.
there's the rows are. I mean, we're in row 2, so we're in the 20s, and there's probably 10 rows, but I don't know that
Okay.
they go to the end of that number.
And there's also little
end of that
villas.
series.
There's little cabins all around. The exterior, the perimeter is cabins. And they got a very nice activity room with a pool table and TVs and stuff. Big TV hanging back here. They have live music here under the gazebo. I think they had it last night from the look of things. Somebody told me they might. And nice pool, great beach across the road, easy access to everything, and not a lot of traffic because it's not a major thoroughfare. I mean, there's a lot of cars, but it's not noisy. It's a very, very nice park. But anyway, Carabel Beach RV Resort.
It is a little bit of a distance to a Walmart. So if you come down this way, you would have to make sure you stock up before you come here.
At the closest Walmart's 35 miles.
Yeah. Now there's dollar stores and stuff like that and a few grocery stores.
And they have a great little store here at the RV
You
Resort.
can get quite a bit of the stuff that you would need here.
Murder Mystery Haunted History, BB3. Are y'all going live this evening? Let us know if y'all have not checked out that channel. BB3 and Nettie from Mel and Nettie Living Free Zip Codeless. They do a great job with some very, very interesting and sometimes macabre stories.
Yeah.
So it'll definitely keep you interested. Foreverland RV says, as for fuel, we're being selective which trips we're going to take when we get our rig back. Yeah. Diesel here is $5.55. If you head north of I-95, we have room and power for you to mooch dock. There you go.
Got to keep a list of all your friends that you can.
We do.
Up.
We already have. Well, we have one couple that we know has 50 amp hookup in a shelter. I mean, it's great. We just spent 4 weeks ago with them. And we have a great couple that we met down in Lake City, Florida, near Lake City on I-10. They're a harvest host. They don't have any hookups, but it's a great couple. So there's two.
Yeah.
You know, and you're right. We just need to start keeping a list. Now, we did go to one harvest host. I mean, Boondockers Welcome. That's what the couple are in Florida. And we went to another one in Florida where we literally parked in this woman's driveway on a little cul-de-sac in a very tight little house with a fence. And she had, 3 or 4 RVs packed in there.
A few of us there.
Yeah. But I wasn't that. I tried my best not to do that again. But, hey, it was a nice, and she even had a hookup.
Well, it was a little difficult with our Class A.
Yeah.
If we had even a fifth wheel, it probably wouldn't be that much of a problem.
If we had a travel trailer.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Mel and Nettie Living Free Zip Codeless says, please hit that thumbs up. Please do hit that thumbs up. Also, we'd like to thank our channel members, B&D Crafts More, Nursing Our Travel Bug, James Catanese, Thrifty Angela, idlecruises, D from Foreverland RV, yeah, Chief 2, Over the Hill RV, Steve at Avenger RV Adventure, and Jonnie from Jonnie's Journey. Let me take just a moment here. I did make a little something special. And yeah, I'm going to go ahead and roll this in appreciation for our members. There you go. Thank you to our members. And if you would like to become a member, basically it's just it's money to keep the lights on in the RV for
no, I
for
don't
doing
see it.
for doing video stuff.
Yeah, we're doing
You
video
know,
stuff.
it's not much, but it does help. And all of you members, we thank you so very much, and we're very appreciative of you. And again, if you don't want to be a member, ain't no big deal. Ain't gonna mean no difference in our live streams. You still get our videos that come out. We just try to do a few extra things for those who are members. We'd like to thank Steve Sheets for subscribing. We thank you for that. We're getting on up there. We got about 1,630 something subscribers, and that's pretty good for us.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
happy.
Oh yeah, we're very happy. I'm just
And BB3 and Nettie are going to have their show tonight.
Can you tell us? Can you give us a sneak preview what it's about? Just a little title.
It says, if I can find it again. There says it's going to be interesting. But anyway, we're down here now. We are down here. We have some family members staying down here. Some here in the park with us, and some down the road a little bit in a place called
Apalachicola.
Apalachicola.
The
They're
Gibson
staying-
Hotel is an old historic hotel.
I think was built first in 1907, but they have a nice little.
It is very nice, a nice hotel, and it's just like staying at a house.
Yeah,
Really like staying
very
at a
nice.
hotel.
But we had an interesting event last night.
First of all, let me just say that Foreverland RV Chief says, RD says, we have dedicated 3050 amp coming very soon. Will be part of our project. PP means PowerPoint to me. I don't know. Anyway, check it
And
out.
a fenced backyard for pets.
Yeah, fenced
That's good.
backyard for pets. But anyway, we had an interesting night last night.
Yeah, and something you guys might think about when you get either a meetup or family or something like that. We had a theme night last night.
Theme night.
And
We first went to dinner,
First went to dinner.
had a nice dinner, and then we all went back to our hotel rooms, and we
changed clothes. We actually dressed up. Our theme was the 80s. The 80s.
It was hard for me to dress like the 80s because in the 80s, I was straight cowboy. All of the 80s for me was boots, belts, belt buckles, button-down shirts, cowboy hats. That was the 80s for me. So I just had to get out of my comfort zone last night, and Miss Barbara suggested I dress up like Miami Vice. And she found me a powder blue,
More of a turquoise color.
turquoise blue coat. I think it was a woman's coat.
I'm sure it was.
But anyway,
But it was big.
push the sleeves up like they did. And I had some khaki pants on and some loafers without socks. And that was me. That was my 80s get up. And Miss Barbara, she kind of looked like
Okay. It's about Eileen.
she dressed up. I want to say, let's get physical.
That's all I could think of.
Who was that?
Olivia
Olivia Newton-John. Let's get physical. The video. She had the leggings. She had the.
Neon color.
We'll post some pictures up
Yeah.
on Instagram. I should have had some ready that we could show you now, but
But it was a lot of fun.
it was.
Now, we did go to one club. The idea was for us to go bar hopping. We were going to do a pub crawl.
A pub crawl.
But we found most of the pubs, because I guess it's not yet tourist season, most of the pubs closed at 10 o'clock or weren't even open.
Or weren't open, yeah. And you
And
would think Saturday night, Memorial Day weekend.
But we went to the first one, and if you've ever seen Blues Brothers,
Yep.
when they walked into the country bar.
Where she said, "Whoa, we play both kinds of music here, country and western."
We had that kind of.
It was a
vibe.
dive bar. It was literally a dive bar. Great band. Oh, the band was kicking. And any other night, me and Miss Barbara, we all would have had a great time. But we
it
were.
didn't fit our costumes. Then we went to a second bar, and let me tell you what, they treated us right. They honestly shout out to the
80s crew. Yeah. But how many of us were there? About 12?
There was 12 of us.
12 of us all dressed like the 80s. My brother had a flock of seagulls hairdo. You remember the flock of seagulls hairdo that came up and kind of hung over the front? He had that going on. Everybody was dressed up, and it was odd when we walked in the dive bar, the country bar. We walk in there, and even the band stopped playing. Ding, 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 ding. And we just kind of strolled around, and we stayed there a little while.
A little while.
Even Art, my brother Art, and Miss Barbara here danced a little bit. Tie-dye shirt or bell bottoms?
No tie-dye. No bell bottoms.
Sounds like fun. 90s day, Miss Barbara. When you're hot, you're hot.
It was a lot of fun. Like I said, we went to the second bar, and the band was outstanding. I don't even remember their name. Thomas something.
I don't remember, but they were.
They know them.
And they were throwing down the 80s music for us.
Yes, they were. Of course, we were the loudest group there, but we had a blast. So
we had a great time. Mel and Nettie and BB3 from Murder Mystery Haunted History say it's going to be about Eileen Womos, female serial killer.
Ooh.
They're interesting stories. Once you start watching, you can't not watch it. You got to watch it to the end. But they have a great channel. It's Murder Mystery Haunted History. If you're not a subscriber to that channel, do go over there and check it out. It was a lot of fun last night. Now, the night before, we went where we ended up going back last night.
Yeah.
Which was the Owl Rest. No, the Owl is where we had dinner. Yeah.
It was the dockside.
Raw bar.
Half-shell dockside or something.
Half-shell dockside. It was great. Foreverland RV, thumbs up. You both got that summer glow going, looking good, you two. We have gotten some sun.
I think so. And we've been kind of modest about it.
I haven't put on any sunscreen since I've been here, and I can feel that tingle on my shoulders. But in my forehead, because I wear ball caps all the time. So when I go in the water, I take off my shirt and my ball cap, hit the water. And that first day, that evening when I got in, I felt that tingle. As Kenny Chesney says, I could feel the sting of summer on my skin. But we've hit it just about every day. We had some bad storms blow through, and they lasted about 2 days.
2 days.
Right in the middle of last week. That storm front that blew across Texas came across here and went on up through up around where Clay is, up in Wilmington, North Carolina.
Yeah.
So I was kind of worried about them. They had tornado warnings and stuff up there in the Wilmington area. Thank you so much, Ricky. We really enjoy our summers together. Sundays together. And we enjoy watching you guys. RV Dare Yet. Nice hat. You have that Hank Jr. vibe working well. What they used to call me over in Japan, baby? Hoss.
Yeah.
They called me Hoss because did I have a beard then?
No, but you had long sideburns. They would let you have sideburns.
I had long sideburns, and but anyway, Hank Jr. has always been one of my favorites, and I used to sing a lot. Well, I still do sing a lot of Hank Jr. stuff, and so in Japan, when we were stationed over there, we go out to the bars and listen to country music and dance. Um, my nickname was Hoss. That's the best way to live by a Kenny song.
We do a lot of Kenny now.
We can live by a lot of like the Keys in the conch shell. Come on in, yeah. We would hang out in Key West a lot if we could, and really plan to do so. Another serial killer. No wonder Cheerios have so many bullet
I'll
holes.
also say I want to live like Jose. That's a Kenny
That's
song.
right.
Reference to a Kenny song.
That wouldn't that be the life?
Wouldn't
I want to
that
live like Jose. That's right. Again, we want to thank our members, B&D Crafts and More, Nursing Our Travel Bug. All of these are great channels. If you're not already a subscriber to some of these channels, go check them out. B&D Crafts and More, and Nursing Our Travel Bug. That's a great family. James Catanese and Thrifty Angela. idlecruises. That's Phil and Sandy. D and Chief from Foreverland RV. Over the Hill RV is John. Go check out his channel. Avenger RV Adventure. That's our buddy Steve, and he's here in Florida. And also Jonnie's Journey. What a great channel that one is. Jonnie's Journey.
Yes.
She was a traveling nurse, and her and Kelly have a travel van, and they do a lot of traveling. I think Kelly just got her nursing degree, didn't she?
A couple months back.
Yeah. And
Johnny
got her second wind working and customizing vans, building out vans for travel. And to the point that she's actually debating, if not already made a decision, to just stop nursing and start building vans.
I think she's taking a break from nursing.
Taking a break from nursing and building out travel vans. What an awesome channel, though. I mean, it's just so interesting. I mean, I enjoy doing work and working with my hands and doing that kind of stuff, but I really, really love watching other people work, especially when it's just so interesting. The projects they're working on. A lot of great channels out there for that, but Jonnie's Journey is one of the best. Love being part of the crew for Everland RV. We love having you guys and really enjoy spending time with y'all. Hated that we didn't get to see you at the Slow Mojo Crew Rendezvous, and hopefully next year, but I'm pretty sure we'll see D and Chief before next year.
Oh yeah, well we're supposed to see them in the YouTube Jamboree.
If fuel prices, and we're going to try to make it. Well, our plans are to make it. We've already got it mapped out to make it, but we'll see how we feel after Colorado. We're going to be in Colorado Springs for how long? A couple of weeks?
A couple of weeks.
And if in that couple of weeks we decide to stay a little longer in Colorado Springs, that will unfortunately mean that we'll not make it to Helena, Georgia.
Well,
or Helena, Georgia.
It's because
I never know what to say, Helena or Helena. I've heard it both ways. Helena, Georgia.
I have my 50th high school reunion. That's why we're going to Colorado Springs. Plus, I have family that lives there. So we're planning to spend about a month there, as long as we can stay at the camps. And
we're going to be at the Air Force Academy.
That's where we're planning to stay. I can't make reservations yet. I'm not close enough. But we're planning to stay there. And there are some other parks if that one doesn't work out. But we, like I said, I have sisters that live there, so we have family. And it's just our high school reunion. My high school reunion is Friday, Saturday, and Sunday before the Jamboree, and that gives us only a few days to travel 1,400 miles. So
yeah,
I got it plotted out though. So hopefully we'll be able to make it.
Yeah, Sandy laughed at me.
Oh.
He.
I have to relate people with songs or movies or something like that. And Sandy reminds me of Sandy in...
Sandy Duncan?
No. Olivia Newton-John played her in the Grease.
Oh, Grease.
So see, Grease, Sandy, you wouldn't get the relationship. You don't care for the movie or
Nah, I'm not a big Grease fan, but I can't help it. It just I have a brain block or something when I say idle cruises, which used to be idle cruises on land and sea,
right.
and now they're just idle cruises. As soon as I say idle cruises and I say Phil, two other S names come to mind: Sheila and Shelley. Not Sheila, not Sheila. Shelley and Stacy. Those two. So now I got Sandy to remember.
He just needs to spend more time with you guys.
I
That's
know.
all.
I know.
That's all. We need to spend more time with y'all.
Mel and Nettie like
Grease.
Grease. Foreverland RV, we have our space reserved for September.
I do
It's
too.
Hiawatha.
Yeah. Helen's just a town.
Yeah,
German
nearby.
town nearby. It is
Hiawatha,
nearby.
Georgia. You're right. If you like watching people work, you'll love the PP project.
We'll have to check that out.
Yeah. Hiawatha, Georgia.
That's where the park is.
I know Hiawatha is where very close to where the Chattahoochee River begins.
Yes.
It starts flowing as a very small spring or creek up there, and by the time it reaches the Gulf of Mexico, it's flowed almost 500, 600 miles, and 500 miles, and changed its name before it dumps into the. As a matter of fact, we're very close to where the river actually flows into the Gulf at Apalachicola. So the Chattahoochee River, until it reaches the Florida line, separates Georgia and Alabama and flows almost the entire length of those two states. And as soon as it crosses into the panhandle of Florida, they change its name to the Apalachicola River. And I don't like that. The river is the Chattahoochee River.
Well, unfortunately, it may have gotten its name before they even knew that Georgia existed.
Doesn't matter. You don't change the name of a river right in the middle of the river.
Chattahoochee was changed. Have you ever thought of that?
Yeah, imagine if the Mississippi River changed every time it touched the state.
It's not anything to worry about.
It's the Louisiana River. No, it's the Mississippi River. No, it's the Missouri River. It's, oh my gosh.
You have too much time to think about stuff like that.
Idle Cruises says that would be great, talking about spending time.
Spend more time.
Absolutely. Timmy Ray the King. Hey, everyone. Good afternoon. Hey, Timmy Ray. Good to see you. We'll be in North Carolina 4th weekend. Might be able to meet up if in the area.
Well, we hope so.
Yeah. We've been trying to meet up with James Catanese and Cindy for years.
Oh, yeah, ever since we started this adventure.
Yeah. James Catanese and Cindy have been a part of our RVUTUBE community probably longer than we have. And we've
We'll make it.
been trying to
We will
meet up
one
with
day.
them, and we just never, something either we can't make it, or they can't make it for whatever reason. I know that they couldn't make it to the Jamboree. I'm not Jamboree, the Slow Mojo Crew Rendezvous. So we missed them there. But getting back to our topic, we've got just a few minutes left here. We're just going to, here's the sad thing. The sad thing is with inflation and possible recession on the horizon, with inflation and the gas prices, which are part of inflation, usually you can look down the road and see an end to it. Well, we'll be done when we get through so-and-so. Well, we're getting right into the peak driving season, summer. We're headed right into it, and gas prices ain't slowing down. I think we hit a record. We've hit a record for the past 14 days,
Oh,
and every day we set a new record.
Well, it's going to be this way all summer. I hate to say it.
I could handle
And
that.
even-
I could handle that if that was the statement. If the statement was, we'll be done at the end of summer.
It's going to be a couple of years because even if we have a change of power in
Right.
the House and the Senate, it's going to take years for them to pick up what we've lost.
Right. I don't see it ending. And that's the sad thing about it, is not being able to know that, okay, by the time winter gets here, prices will be back to tolerable. Will they ever come back down to where we'd like
They'll
them to
never
be?
come back down to where we'd like them to be. I don't think so. It's like, yes.
Yeah.
You see it on the store and it says 50% more.
Yeah.
Pay this price. Well, then pretty soon you get the regular size back, but it's at the price of 50% more. Everything goes up.
Sure.
It never goes
Mel
quite
and Nettie
back.
living free zip codeless. Thank y'all so much for that super chat. We certainly appreciate it. You didn't have to, but
They
we're
want to
proud.
see this thing
I
today.
know they want to see. Who is it? They want to see. They want to see Boney.
Yeah.
Let me get that out of the way.
There.
Stop.
You're not working with your mouse. There.
All right. Thank you, Mel and Nettie living free zip codeless for that super chat. It ain't Melvin's stinky leg, but it's not bad. That's Captain Boney right there. And thank you again so much, Mel and Nettie, for that super chat. We appreciate it. Let's see. I do not see it ending for another 2 years. James, that hurts me to my soul, man, because
It's the truth.
when Trump turned over the keys, we were paying $2.18 a gallon on the average.
Oh, it was under $2 where we're at.
Think about that. My gosh almighty. And again, we know where the answer is. At least, for the next 200 years, we have the answer. And by then, maybe we can have electric cars. Everybody. Maybe in 200 years, we'll all have electric cars. Anyway.
Now we can't save up money to buy an electric car.
And Timmy Ray says he won't say something about diesel, but he's going to keep his mouth shut.
Smart man.
You know what they say, if you can't say nothing nice, don't say nothing at all. Yeah, it was a great live. We certainly appreciate all you folks coming in. Again, we hope that y'all have a thoughtful Memorial Day. And as Barbara suggested, go online and do a search on
Just somebody.
do a
Somebody
search
you
on
know.
your state and perhaps your area for those who were killed in action. And you'll get a list of those. And on some of the sites, you'll get stories about those individuals. Just something to carry into tomorrow as we celebrate the lives of those fallen heroes.
We don't celebrate it. We
Commemorate it.
commemorate it. Thank you.
I mean, it's you don't have to be ho hum about the whole thing and have a miserable weekend. Everybody get out and enjoy your family, be around your loved ones and friends. But at the same time, do remember that it took someone dying that you and I have the freedoms that we do have. Okay? Traveling Merton and Sue, have a great night. Enjoy the RV park. And we're about to close things out. Everybody's coming over. Just look right in there.
Everybody say hey.
Everybody say hey.
RV underway.
Oh, let's see. Let me get it on this screen right here so we can see if y'all are in the picture.
Hey!
There we are.
Hey!
That's family.
That's family back there. That family right there. You can't take them nowhere except out on 80s night.
This is the one we can't take anyway.
Yeah, they say.
This is the one.
Yeah, they say I'm the one. Anyway, thank y'all for being here. Have a thoughtful Memorial Day. And we will see you next Sunday. We'll be in Panama City on the Navy base. And hopefully we won't. Maybe we won't. They're over there talking about me now. I feel bad. Anyway, 4:00. It's over. Had a great live. We appreciate you guys being here. And again, we'll see you next weekend from Panama City. And we hope you have a thoughtful Memorial Day and think of someone special tomorrow. Okay? If not just one fallen hero.
That's right.
So until we see you again, fair winds and following seas.